All right, welcome back for this part of episode 3. In the last episode, I talked about showing you how to drill some holes. I'll cover what I've done since the last video. A couple of things I did off camera. I went ahead and I drilled the holes for these grab irons here on the nose, and I'll still show you how I did that. I mean, it's not difficult, but and then this little part right here that used to be here that I was asking if anybody knew what that was. My friend Dwight sent me some schematics, and it turned out that was a water filler for the boiler that used to be here, so I went ahead and cut that off. And also went ahead and worked on the B unit a little bit, and I wasn't really planning on doing it, but my priority is the A unit. The B unit is just a plus, just to make my friend Dustin happy. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my vise, my little pin vise, and I mean, you can pay, I think, up to $20 for one of these on like Micro Mark in the magazine or the catalog. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I think I paid $8 for this, or probably even less than that, probably $5 at Hobby Lobby, and it works great. And this is a number 74 drill bit, and that is what, 10 thousandths, 225 10 thousandths. Hell, I don't even know how to say that. That shows you how often I use these things. But you know, I got 2 of these now. You got to be very mindful when you load this bit into the vise, because the bit's a little bit longer. It's about 1 inch long. You want to put as much of it as you can in here, because if you push too hard on this drilling into the plastic, you're going to break this. And I've went through about 3 or 4 of these because I got gorilla hands sometimes, and that's just what happens. So after you get done cutting off all your parts and stuff like that, you can still see a little bit of a remnants there of where the there you go, you can see that now, of where the lift ring was. And all you're going to do is just center your drill bit, and this part here kind of holds into your like the bottom part of the meaty part of your finger underneath in your palm, and just allows you to spin this bit. And like I said, you don't have to apply a whole lot of pressure. And you could probably do this with a I'm sure there's a like a Dremel or something that you could, you know, make this hole really quick, and it might save you some time. I mean, actually, it probably would save you some time, but I prefer to do it all by hand. That way there's less chance of mistake. And I think with this unit, there's 4, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 of these that you got to drill. I might spend 10 minutes doing this, so I'll do one more for you right here, and then we'll turn the camera off and get to doing some other stuff. I'll show you some other things I did too before I turn the camera off. Also, in the first video, I had said I was going to edit all these videos together on this build and have one big fat video for you, but I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna put all these videos on a separate playlist, and that way I'm not using up a bunch of phone storage with videos. And also, I think it would be more beneficial to the modeler, to be able to pick and choose which videos that you want to do or want to view. Each video has a description and it has parts in there that I've either bought or contemplated buying. I'm gonna leave all that up to you, but in probably the second half of this video, I should have all my detail parts, and I'm gonna open them up and go through and really kind of suggest which ones that I would buy if I was you. I'll tell you how much they cost, and I'm buying everything off of eBay because I only have one model train store to go to, one hobby shop to go to that has detail parts, and they don't have everything that I need. So I'm just kind of shopping on eBay, and that way there I can literally Google something. I can do a search for it, and then I get the part number and everything, and then I can put that straight into the description. Now, if you want recommendations of who to shop for, I really don't have any, or who to shop with, I mean, because I'm actually quite pissed off at some of these sellers on eBay. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of these parts are a small bag of parts, right? And let's just use this for example. So this is all the brake parts for the trucks and everything. And, you know, they might sell this for $5, and that's fine. But when you start charge $6 or $7 shipping for something that's going to take $1 worth of stamps at the most, that's what gets me. You know, these guys on eBay and these gals too, because there's some women on there just scalping you when it comes to parts. Now, I think I paid $6 or $7 for this, and since it was the only one I could find, I probably paid another $5 shipping. And what the post office has started doing is they don't always show you how much shipping was. They used to show what the shipping label, on the shipping label, how much shipping was. But I think there's such an uproar with the community out there of, you know, you're paying more for shipping for an item that you're buying that really shouldn't cost that much. And there's a number of eBay sellers that I won't buy from anymore because they won't combine shipping, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something, I just bought some parts the other day and the shipping was $10. The parts were a total of $8. And I did that because that's the only parts I could find, and I need them for this build. So I went ahead and just did it in the hopes that the seller will do the right thing and combine the shipping and knock it down. But we'll see what happens, because every now and then that does not happen. So be very mindful of who you shop with. If you have recommendations for somebody out there who is doing the right thing, selling a good product, and you know, free shipping or cheap shipping like it should be, then leave a comment below. And I can tell you, I shop a lot with Iron Planet Hobbies out in Springfield, Missouri, and most of the stuff that I buy from them is free shipping. And I'm not saying everything, but most of the things I buy. And it may have to do with if you spend a certain amount. I don't know. But I know that they do a pretty good job with everything. All right, so let's talk trucks right now. So you see the trucks on this. You can see the rust and the silver through there. What I've done on this A unit is I've stripped the trucks down and I spray painted the sides black. Now I also taped off where the wheels would go. And I've also painted the wheels. Come on, drop out of there. And you know, these just slide in. If I could get them oriented right. And they'll sit like that. And then I've been working on the trucks a little bit. Now this looks pretty dramatic right now, pretty rusty, but when I go through and I paint my half flat black, half flat brown, or half flat tan, which I might make a 33% mixture of each, that'll all tone down, and also the trucks will go from a shiny plastic black to a dirty grungy look. I don't know if you can see this, but you might be able to, but I've painted the brake shoes a little bit of silver on there, and I'm hoping that when I take photographs of this unit when it's complete, that will highlight in the light just a little bit, or highlight in the sun a little bit. Because if you ever look at the brake shoes, they're kind of silver. Now they also get dirty and everything like that and turn brown, but I painted the insides of them as well in hopes that in just the right angle that you'll be able to see that, because that is very prototypical. Also, when I do the brake cylinder, on the inside of the brake cylinder where the cylinder moves in and out, I put just a little highlight of silver on there to represent the chrome part of the cylinder that goes in and out. And most of the time you only see that when the locomotive stopped, but a lot of them, you know, there's just a little bit of it you can see. And I think that little bit of detail, that little bit of color, which only takes maybe 30 seconds to do, you know, a whole set of trucks, or a whole set of cylinders on each truck, I think that makes the photograph better. My plan for this A unit and the other A unit is I'm going to pair them up, and I'm going to take a series of photos, and I'm going to submit those to one of the model railroad magazines, if not a bunch of the model railroad magazines. And so I'm really going to go all out on these. Also, there is a series of like coils up here, coiled not hoses, I guess piping, and I'm assuming that's for cooling of something, and I'm not exactly sure, but I'm getting ready to order 3 of those, one for each motor, And I don't know if Alan McClelland used those on his, but I believe they're prototypical. And I think that had he built these F7s, you know, instead of doing the 60s, if he built them in the 80s or the 90s, he probably would have added all those details. I am sticking with the single note Leslie horns. At least I believe they're the Leslie horns, even though I hate them. And but that's because that's what Alan used, and that's what we're going to stick with. So let me go find another F7, and I'll show you what those some of those additional details I'm looking at adding to this one will be. Stand by. All right. So this is my Bob Harp F7. I believe this is a Stuart Cato F7. Yes, it is. And you can see those details, that piping up here that I was talking about. This also has the spark arresters, and I'm looking for spark arresters right now. I found some Athearn spark arresters that are brass that are 6 in a package, and they're like $25. So I'm debating on whether to buy those or to buy them individually, or what to do with that. But more than likely, I'll probably just end up buying them. So right now, I got about another $60 in parts to buy, and I will probably buy them. I get paid here in a couple of days, so I'll probably buy them when I get paid, just because my wife's getting ready to go to the beach, and we spent so much money on this kitchen right now that I'm trying to take it easy with some spending on the model trains. But this is one of my examples that I use when I'm looking for some good details, and to make sure that I don't miss any details. I should have looked at this before when I built the other one, the 261, and I missed some stuff. You know, you got some grabs down here for like if you're riding in the front, which I don't think happen very often. And I didn't put these grabs on the side here, the ladder grabs. I didn't put them on because I don't know why I didn't do that, but I'll probably go back and retrofit those. I also went through yesterday, and I drilled the holes for the windshield wipers, and I sanded a little bit more right here. And I'm really happy with the way this A unit is looking. Like I said, this is discoloration in the plastic. You won't see this. It'll be hardly noticeable when you paint that. What you also want to do is add your detail parts before you paint. It gives it a better look than going back and trying to do them afterwards, or apply them after you paint. So I won't be painting until after I get the spark arresters on. The cooling coils, I'll paint those separately, but I'll drill the holes out. Once they come in, I'll drill the holes out and have them in place, and I'll paint them separately because I don't think that the paint will get onto the shell if I put them in place. So I'll test fit all that, and then I'll put them on, and that'll be in another video. All right, if you're curious about decals, I bought these decals from Circus City. All right, I thought I had the decals right here handy, but I didn't. So these are the decals you're going to get. The B&O locomotive set, Circus City. These are great decals. When you go to choose your decal for your F7, the nose emblem is the 20-inch. And that's what you're going to be looking for. And here is the 261. Give you some close-up looks at it. And, you know, it looks pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with it, with the exception of I should have went ahead and put those ladder grabs on. So I'll do that. Also, I'll be talking about these nose lift rings. In some of the photos, you can see where he had them a little bit wider, and a lot of prototypical roads had them a little wider. I went narrow because I thought it looked better. This is a very, very good model. You can see where, is that focusing? Put my reading glasses on so I can see the screen. Much better. That's what happens when you get old, people. This sucks. Now, I was a little too rough cutting these off here. You can kind of see a little bit of scarring on there for the two boiler caps came off, but for the most part it doesn't look too bad. And honestly, if you're looking at that, you're not looking at the rest of the locomotive, because I think it looks pretty good. I painted the trucks. I painted the inside of the trucks itself. You can see a little bit of shine through there when the light hits it, but for the most part it looks pretty good. I need to do some more work to the fuel tank and the fuel filler gauge and stuff right there, and then I think it looks pretty good. Happy with this one so far. I screwed up by putting the MU cables up a little too high. I should have put them just below this this ridge right here, and I'll fix that. I still got the train line to put on. Trying to figure out the best place to put it, because in most of the photos you look at, it's pretty close to this opening or coming out of this opening. And with the coupler pocket right here and everything, I don't think that's going to look too good. So I got to figure that part out because I want something looking decent. And I also need to put a cut lever on the front here. But I didn't do anything to the back. But on these two new units that I'm painting, I'm going to take these off. These are your MU hose connections. So those are going to come off, and then MU cables will be put down here. Your train line will be put here. These are reverse lights. Now, I don't know why they have two of them on here, because I think they only really had one. But on the B unit, I cut it off on one side. And then on this Kato unit, this one don't even have any. But there's another one that I have over there that has one on there. And that's just the way it is, I guess. But some of that little highlights here was I even went through and I painted the door handle, so you can see just a little bit of silver door handle. And I just did that for looks and for detail, come out in the photos and stuff. Now, when I worked for the railroad, most of the time, that was just, the paint had worn off and you saw the silver underneath, so they weren't actually silver. Let's see, something else I was going to talk about. What was it? Oh, there's a little location right here, like kick plates when you come up. On a lot of railroads, these were silver or diamond plate. So on this F7 here, which I believe is going to be 265, I will paint these silver just to kind of give it a better look for photos and stuff like that. And I believe I'm going to make this F7B unit number 266. That's the way Alan had numbered his. 265 was the highest F7. And he didn't have any F7B units on the roster, but the number series above 264 is open, so I think 265 will be the, or maybe it is 265 and this will be 266. I got to double check the roster. Seems like I can't remember stuff when I get talking on camera, but you see what I've been doing and how this one is going to look, and I'll be showing you some applications and stuff like that. Dwight made a comment about my teeth falling out the other day and super gluing them back in, and I laughed, and I went to the dentist yesterday and they put them back in, so we're good there. But let's talk adhesives here. I only use super glue, Gorilla Glue gel. It gives you a little bit of time to work with it before it sets up. It's not like you got 2 seconds. You usually have about a minute or something like that. And I will show you my technique, because when you're working with super glue, less is more. That's what you need to remember. Keep telling yourself less is more, less is more, less is more. Too much is a problem. And I'll highlight some of these wheels I painted for you yesterday. I try to use a little bit of different variations of rust and flat tan and flat brown. And then I mix a little bit of it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, because when it's rolling, you don't see the black plastic through there, and I think it adds to the effect of the locomotive anyway. And I think that's about it for today. When the detail parts come in, I'll throw those on the end of this video, and we'll talk some more about it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment. Share this video. I really appreciate all the comments. We got some comedians that watch this show, because they be busting on me a lot about working on the kitchen and getting out of the train room. I appreciate that. Makes me laugh quite a bit. My wife laughs too. She's like, what's wrong with these people that they care that much about what you do? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the comments and everything that you all have to say. So leave a comment. And if you say something that's kind of nasty, I'm going to let you get away with it, because I really don't care. But I really prefer good quality feedback. Sometimes feedback is just that. It's not always positive. I can't always be doing a good thing. Sometimes I do some things that are pretty messed up, and that's just what it is. Critique is just that. As long as it's honest, I'm a good dude about it. But if you get nasty, somebody will say something else to you, because I'm not gonna. But I think for the most part, we do a pretty good job. So I appreciate all the positivity and all the good comments out there. I'm going to let you go there. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Come back here in a few days and see what we talk about next.